And he had this song, and you know, he'd be like, I'm single, and all this stuff, and I just put stuff like that on Facebook. And I'm telling you, I had like about 500, 600 friends. I was like, wow. I just say anything, like just anything. Polo t-shirt, polo. And all of a sudden, like. I'm like, wow. I wasn't saying a word. Wasn't saying nothing. My friendship just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I felt like a movie star. I'm like, yeah, let me put some more in. I was like looking on there, how many people like this? Ooh, yeah. Y'all ever do that? Be honest. Be honest. Y'all see how many people like that? Okay. So think about this. So now, I got to the point. Listen up. I got to the point. Now, I say, you know what? My life has been changed. I'm a messenger from God now. I realize my purpose in life. So I want to help young people and anybody that I encounter to realize their purpose as well. I started putting on there, I love God, I love Jesus. God is everything in my life. And guess what? My friends started to decline. Exactly. My friendship started going down. I went from 600, 500, I'm down to 400. I'm getting a little worried. I'm still talking this God thing. Still talking about God. And the more I talk about him, the more it's like, wait a minute. I'm talking about God. Why is it getting lower? Why is it getting lower? But then I realized God told me, he said, you know what? It's only getting lower because what I'm doing, all the bad apples, all the bad stuff that's in your life, I'm just taking that away from you right now. And the people that really want to hear this and really trust and believe in me, they're going to magnify me anyway. So, I mean, this is what I'm doing for you right now. Number two thing I want y'all to look at. Number two. So we got number one. Who remember what number one was? Get what? Get prepared. Number two, we got to notice things. We got to notice things. Just like when we talked about the homeless guys being out on the ground. Very little food to eat. When we noticed that, we was prepared to talk about God's word. Now we know it's a situation. What do we do with that? That's a question. Y'all don't have to answer right now. We were prepared with God's word from the beginning. Now we know it's a situation. What do we do? Next thing. Number three. Respond. Respond. How do we respond? How do we act? Just like I was talking about when we on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Kick, whatever it is. How do we respond to when we realize that somebody is going through something, somebody's going through a challenge in their life? You can be a young man that's been in the game, young lady that's been in the game, a young man that's been molested, abused, or a young lady that's been molested or abused. And you can put out a message to someone else to what you have been through. If you've been bullied, lied on, talked about, no matter what it was, you have a message that you can pass on to somebody else to say, you know what? I've been through that. I know what it feels like to go through that. I know what it feels like to not have food in my house. I know what it feels like to be homeless. This is how I made it through. This is my story. I'm going to tell y'all quick about my story. I don't share this with a whole lot of people. So I'm going to keep it right here in this room right now. For But a lot of people don't know that when I was in my last year of high school, I ended up becoming a father. Had to quit high school. Got married about 17 years old. About 17 years old. Yes. And guess what? I felt like my life was going to be fine. Everything was going to be okay. But I wasn't old enough. I wasn't mature enough to do what I had to do. Now I done dropped out of school. Now I'm married. I got a new baby boy. A new baby boy. Now, life started just running, started passing me by every year. I kept telling myself, you know what, I need to go work. I'm going to go back to school one day. One day I'm going to go back to school. And it just kept passing by. Kept passing by. Every time I went to go get a job, they said, you know what, you look good, you smell good. You talk good, but guess what? We can't give you the money that you're supposed to make because you don't have the proper education. You don't have what it takes. You don't have a piece of paper that I called it back then and say, you know what? To be able to be paid the right amount of money. So my kids went with very little. Of course, I ended up divorced. To tell y'all the story, didn't last that long. About four, maybe 6 months. Divorced. Yes. Now, kids, my son, he's struggling. He's going through things. We got to the point where it was so bad. So bad. I started my own business. I mean, it did work out in some ways. I had a company vehicle that I purchased. I started a trucking company. All right? But with that, me and my son got to the point where we had to live in the company vehicle. I would pull a company vehicle up to my mama's house and say, you know what, can I just park it in front of your house? Can we come in and take a bath? Can we come in and just have something to snack on? Think about it. Think about it for a moment. I was trying to rush, trying to do things my own way. I wasn't doing nothing pleasing to God at that time. The only thing I wanted to party, have fun, make money, get rich quick and die faster. Get rich quick and die faster. So, to make this story, to finish this up, in that journey when I was going through those things, that was people that I call good Samaritans, just like these people that we spoke here in our scripture, good Samaritans that came along in my life. And they was like, you know what? I see what you're going through. I see what you face. What you're facing. There were people that say, you know, hey, you know what? You can come live with me. You can come stay with me. You know, hey, you know, you don't have to pay any rent. You have to, you know, here you go. These were people that right now today, when I see them, it's like, you know what? I'm like, you know, I just got to think of, because I realized later on in my life, you know, I ended up getting my high school diploma. I ended up going back to college. I can clap for that too, because that was like exciting to me. That was like really exciting. Going back to college and everything. And it was like, you know what? Because of those people, those Samaritans that helped me out, now I'm able to help somebody else out. A lot of you might not know right now, during the week,